My name's Jeffrey Kipple, and I'm going to show you something that my wife, Mindy Blackstein, and I have been working on for about 10 years to get to this point of launch. What we're launching is an empowerment community and a network that's all designed to help people love better how they think, feel, act, look, and dream. So let me give you some framing. Mindy and I have been in the fitness and empowerment space for about 25 years now. We were part of the movement to help launch and pioneer the natural bodybuilding and fitness model space by really merging fitness and entertainment and creating events and expos and opportunities all around the world for naturally trained athletes to step up on a stage and inspire others. When we started that, back in the late 90s, we did exactly what we're doing right now. We reached out to people and companies, and people had innovations and products and services that would be great to be part of this initiative. Well, we're doing the same now. At that time, we made a promise, and that promise was to do 3 or 4 shows across Canada. Within 3 years, that expanded to more than 50 cities in 12 countries around the world. The famed Fitness and Model Expo, which was an industry destination event. The promise was about 300 athletes, about 100 exhibitors, and within a 3-year period, there were more than 1,000 athletes that descended into Toronto to take part in that event, with more than 400 exhibitors. And the first time we did an online community, the promise was 1,000 active users within 6 months. Within a 4-month period, we had more than 9,000 active users, averaging 4,500 daily unique visitors. 30% of that traffic came back more than 200 times per month for their motivation and their inspiration. Well, that really made Fame being content providers and bringing together a community of talented people. So when the Fame magazine was launched, it was going to be just a show program. And by the second issue, that turned into an internationally distributed magazine. The television programming that was done on TSN, the promise was 1 primetime airing and 3 repeats. That show aired more than 200 times, becoming a #1 hit show for TSN. Well, this, as you can imagine, attracted a lot of media, carrying the stories of the athletes and the transformations and what the movement was all about, and all those who were involved within it. But we were seeing something that we didn't expect. We thought that athletes who were naturally trained athletes would be a representation of health and wellness. And in many cases they were, and in many cases they just weren't, because of the way that they fed themselves, that they nourished themselves. And although this community had come together and collectively inspired millions of people around the world to transform, we were seeing that there were voids in the industry, that there were things that really needed to be solved. And we said, let's put a pause. Let's figure that out. Let's find a way to add value to the industry and course correct, and align with a team of experts from business to wellness to empowerment to technology to go out and put a message out into the market. And now that we have that team together, we're inviting innovators and influencers and people with inspiring stories to be part of the solution and help lead this initiative together with us. What we believe is that there's a problem that exists. And that problem is the definition of what it means to be fit is incomplete. That being fit needs to be expanded upon. It needs to be redefined, and it needs to be reclaimed, because being fit must include mental, emotional, spiritual, social, and financial health too. It can't just be about the body. But what makes this a big issue is that it's perpetuated by the fitness and the sports and the model industries themselves. Influencers, athletes, trainers, fans, followers tend to focus primarily on the outward appearance of their body, and they forget about everything else. And in pursuit of looking fit, people take things at face value. And just because a product or service is promoted as healthy doesn't mean that it's healthful or healthy for every body. And the way that advertising dollars and sponsorship dollars and how influencers are compensated, it tends to favor the companies with the biggest budgets. That does not mean that they have the best products. And at times, it creates confusion and drowns out the companies that really should be represented, so that the athletes and the influencers aren't even in the know. Yet, they're the role models. And just because things are being shared on social media doesn't mean that it's true. Influencers are not always helpful, confident, or happy, or even have the mindset training to be in a position to go out and empower other people. Because oftentimes they're not truthful authentic, or even educated about the subject matter that they're sharing. Yet they're out sharing this with their friends and their family, their fans and their followers. Well, we believe there's a flip side to this, that true role models should be recognized and should be rewarded, that people who have spent the time honing their talent, perfecting their skills, coming up with innovations and wisdom to share with others should get a fair value exchange, should be recognized, and most importantly, consumers should also have a resource that they could trust that's free from false advertising, greenwashing, and sponsorship manipulation. What we believe the solution is an empowerment community that features wholesome products, proven methods, and authenticated social role models that are vetted, voted, and chosen by the community, for the community, featuring the members of the community, along with the products and services and methods and events and modalities that they created or that they're associated with, where people earn prizes for being authentic and accountable and transparent about the experiences and ahas and breakthroughs and triumphs they're having, and where they earn points by choosing experiences, participating in activities and events and retreats and games and certifications and transformation challenges. Stephen Covey, who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, wrote a sequel to that called The 8th Habit. And he said that's to find your voice and inspire others to find theirs through the unity of body, mind, heart, and spirit. Well, that's what this is all about. The stories, the inspiration, the innovations, the messages that people have, and as a collective voice, using that to inspire others to know that they can achieve whatever they put their mind to. What we're doing is we're bringing people together into community where they can help themselves, each other, and their community to love better how they think, feel, act, and look. And in exchange, give everybody access to connection in a safe, protected environment, advocacy, support, validation, and access to all kinds of opportunities and prizes and events that's open to all levels, all backgrounds, and all ages. What we are launching is a gamified social initiative that's taking place both live and online. And if this resonates with you and you'd like to be part of this, well, then we'd love to hear from you. Because in addition to technology and innovation, what we think is needed in this industry is advocacy and transparency, where people could come together and share their ideas and wisdoms and innovations as a collective front, inspiring others. Because beyond appearance, it's who we choose to be. And if this interests you, head on over to bodyproud.com and you can see how you can be part of this solution too.